has America done to Africa that is bad? Bringing arms, dividing the people, wrong knowledge, bringing Christianity, bringing Jesus Christ, turning the people's minds upside down, bringing in fertilizers, doing shit, wanting to bring Western civilization here. America and England trying to brainwash Africans. They are the colonialists. They were the slave riders.
Nah. Another. Yeah. Well, government know they think about the youth. Long time them take we all for fool. Them just they park our money and chop. Them just they stock our money and chop. They know they think about the youth. Them turn we in a slave, we not make a move. Them just they stock our money and chop. Them just they yum our money and chop. About where the money day. You made the promise, you remember. After election days, we know they see you for the area. Well, it be colo, it be wayo, it be lies. With them I tell, politics, you know they see. Election is a distraction. It be colo, it be wayo, it be lies. With them I tell, politics, you know they see. Election is a distraction.
For so many years, they know they care for us no more. Them get the power, now they want take more and more. Election time, they come to see them for the area. Bring big money now.
Land of the rising sun, we long and cherish, beloved home, land of our great heroes. We must defend our lives, so we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. But if the price is death for all we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear.
This is the Broadcasting Corporation of Biafra.
Great One of the universe, the one that is greater than all, we have come before you, O God. We have come before you today to pay homage. We owe you all that we have. We thank you for making us to see the light of this day. Our life is in your hands, O God, O Great One, the enigma that is beyond human understanding. We humble ourselves before you and broaden our horizon and our knowledge. We call on you to take center stage on today's broadcast. Sharpen the tongues and minds of our broadcasters and give us abundant wisdom. Make the words to bear fruits in the minds of all those that will hear it. Divine wind that opens all doors, guide our steps and remove all embedded rules on our path of progress. Begin to gather our people from all the cardinal points, from all the points on the universe. Make us to excel. He say,
And here is a special announcement from the leadership of Biafra government in exile. This is BCB.
Fellow Biafrans, we have come to a critical juncture in our existence. It is either we rise to the occasion, make the right choices, and chart a new course for ourselves and generations to come, or we give up and accept this dehumanizing, abusive, offensive, contemptuous, and potentially deadly situation we find ourselves in the present-day Nigeria. The choices we make now will define our direction and our destination in the future. And so, it is paramount that we show courage and determination to make the right choices. As a government in exile, we believe the right choice for us is the choice of self-determination, the choice of freedom, the choice of Biafra exit from Nigeria. This choice ensures that our peoples, all the indigenous nationalities within Biafra, are not annihilated, exterminated, and totally wiped out by the forces of Islamic Jihad and Fulani terrorist organizations. As Biafra government in exile, we are suitably positioned and operationally situated to advance the course of the restoration of the sovereign state of Biafra. Every Biafran should understand that the concept of government in exile is one that is legally acceptable globally. This simply means that the Biafran War of Survival was still on when the leader of the Republic, Odumegwu Ojukwu, left the country and went overseas in search of peace. Following his departure from the fighting, his deputy, Colonel Philip Effiong, and some senior officials of the Biafran government surrendered and signed a surrender document with Nigeria. However, there were some senior Biafran army commanders like Colonel Acheze and Colonel Onwatuegu who refused to surrender and were ready to continue with the war. Eventually, General Ojukwu's trip turned into an extended exile. He did not go alone. Most of his principal officers were in exile with him, and so it was believed that a rudiment of the Biafran government still existed, but in exile. A government in exile is a political group which claims to be a country's or semi-sovereign state's legitimate government, but is unable to exercise legal power, instead resides in another state or foreign country. The government in exile plans to one day return to the homeland and regain formal power. Exiled governments usually occur during wartime, revolution, or military coup. There are several examples around the world, including West Papuan government in exile, the Republic of Cabinda government in exile, the Tata government in exile, the Machuco temporary government, and the Codician People's Republic, to mention but a few. To all Biafrans, men, women, youth, and all our children, I say to you today, hope springs eternal. Your government did not die to war. Therefore, your nation shall rise again. It does not matter if we are called the dot land or dot nation. We are a great nation of great people. We are not landlocked. We have great rivers eminently ached from the bowels of nature, unlocked in Oguta, Ohafia, Azumini, that stretched into the ocean unchallenged, where ignorant haters are drowned. In the dotland, we speak of hard work, where oily hands do work as spare parts dealers in their blocks, while the cowboys mount roadblocks as a kidnapping and banditry flock like a race bereft of a working clock. In the dot inside the circle, we speak proudly of merit, without being weak to seek quota by lowering the mark, and unashamedly climb the peak in the Orwellian farm, where the peak, the worst to rule over the best back. Finally, the language we understand is that of justice and peaceful land, not being fooled by electoral fraud, where we choose the very best to manage our land, away from the mockery of Nationland. Truly, this is the language we know, that of peace and not of war. Udo, we come in peace.
We use this moment to remember and to mourn Mr. Kenneth David Kaunda, first president of Zambia, who died on June 17th, age 97. Mr. Kaunda was one of the founding stalwarts of African independence. Like Mwalimu Julius Nyerere of Tanzania, he too stood beside a young state of Biafra during its most vulnerable days. We mourn with the people of Zambia this great loss. We remember this great hero, this friend of Biafra, who supported us when the OAU and so many other African nations stood by and watched us massacred. We thank you for your great gift of friendship, and we bid you farewell. May the ancestors receive you. May you know peace. Adieu, friend. Adieu. This is BCB. This is BCB. I am Rose Ama. Today's program focuses on the youth. We want to talk to Biafra's youth, the youth in Dotland, as we have now been called. I am a Dotlander. I too am a proud Dotlander. I am in solidarity with the other Dotlanders. Dear youth, our people fought domination from British colonization to Aba Women's War and the Biafran War. We have resisted oppression. Even in the New World of the Americas, where they were sent into slavery, Igbos fought back. They walked into the sea and drowned themselves, preferring death to slavery. So, remember the song we sang a while ago. We shall never be enslaved, nor shall we bow to north. Whatever the result, we shall stand defend the East, or our fatherland, for we shall never be vanquished. Yes, we shall never be vanquished. Our people had no kings. So, forget this preoccupation with chieftaincy and nzeship. It is all part of the new disease now infecting our people. But let us ask, what do you want? My young people, my people, this is your time. Yes, our youth are being kidnapped today, disappeared on a daily basis, even as we speak, even as we prepare this program. But they cannot kill all of us. They cannot kill all of you. You are the children of Iroko. We know that an attack on the youth is an attack on the next generation of our people. We recognize the urgency of the situation, the disillusionment you must feel currently, your fears and frustrations, and the failed promises of the federal government, and a president who describes the youth as lazy, or who told them recently, quote, "The federal government has no vacancy. Virtually every department has been filled. The same is with the state. The same with the local government. So you can have a good degree from a good university, but you'd never get a job," unquote. What a pathetic state of affairs, you must say. And yes, you are correct. What a sad situation. The Nigerian government has lied to you, failed you, threatened and continues to threaten you, deceived you. But we hear you. We hear your anguish. In a recent conversation with several young Biafrans via WhatsApp, I asked them about their aspirations. A number of them said they simply wanted to be their own man or person. A few were engaged in small entrepreneurial activities, even as they are studying in universities under stressful environments. This is a marked contrast from the image Buhari had created in his 2018 interview, where he labeled the youth as lazy, preferring to get everything free. How wrong he was, and how wrong he still continues to be. I asked some young people to identify some of their challenges, and several of them, these Biafrans, sent me a catalog, including, quote, police brutality, unemployment, profiling, cultism, human rights violations, poverty, general insecurity, lack of support, lack of parental understanding, peer pressure, prostitution, and fraud, unquote. The list is extensive. I am on the verge of tears, actually. Our people are dying. Our young people, especially, are dying. Our next generation is dying even before it takes its first step. It is being smothered. It cannot breathe. In the middle of a pandemic that threatens everyone, and death-wielding Fulani herdsmen, Nigerian security forces, and so-called unknown gunmen execute the plot to exterminate Biafrans. They kidnap our youth, shoot them on sight, terrorize ordinary civilians in their homes, businesses, and places of worship in the name of security. Our youth have been disappearing, or are being butchered, or taken to places unknown, and no evidence or report provided us to explain why. Yet we persist. I asked some of these young people about the security challenges facing them, and several of them stated that they were frightened. One said, quote, "The security situation is super messed up. This is the height of unrest in the Federation. In the north, Boko Haram. Middle Belt, herdsmen killing thousands of people. The east, kidnapping, unknown gunmen, herdsmen. And south, pirates and armed robbery. The center has collapsed. Police stations and officers are being killed and destroyed on a weekly basis. The military is losing the battle against bandits. They have no agenda," unquote. Another stated that they sleep with one eye open. How is that possible? How is that sleep? How can anybody survive such condition? Our youth is traumatized. Yet another young person said, quote, poverty is the main cause why youths get into trouble. After years of studying, there are no jobs, even if they graduate and have an awesome result and business ideas. There are no sponsors, and getting a loan is difficult, and the so-called SME platform that provides soft loan services have been hijacked by corrupt leaders. In many ways, this voice echoes Buhari's disheartening promise or lack of it. These are the voices of the next generation. Are we listening? If the so-called politicians who claim to lead currently have not been listening, those of us who have visions of freedom and equity and hope for our people must listen. We must plan, develop, and offer programs that counter the current desert of despair in which our people, especially the young, find themselves. We must fight against the disappearance of our youth. If we watch while our young people die, the ancestors and our gods will punish us. They will hold us accountable. This is the time to act. This is the time to rescue our people. Solidarity forever. I am Rose Ama, and this is BCB.
Extremely poor, and the medical facilities are poor. We operate a predatory neo-colonial capitalist system which is founded on fraud and exploitation, and therefore you are bound to have corruption institutionalized. Many criminal cases are settled in police stations. I bet it again. This is Nigeria. Look how I'm living now. Look how I'm living now. Everybody be criminal. This is Nigeria. Look how we living now. Look what we eating now. Everybody be criminal. This is Nigeria. Just because I'm on TV now. Person who no get work is checking to see if my watch is original. This is Nigeria. Whether Madam Philomena, money vanish for your office, 36 million, you tossing an animal. This is Nigeria. Never any recession. When looters and killers and stealers are still contesting election. Politicians with thieves, some billion and billion, you know they go prison. Police station they close by 6. Security reason. My brothers and sisters, I want you to put your hands up right now, because your miracle is coming this week. If you believe me, let me hear you say amen. This is Nigeria. Praise and worship, we're singing out. Pastor put his hand on the breast of his member, he's pulling the demon out. This is Nigeria. No electricity daily. Young people are still working multiple jobs and they talk say we lazy.
Today is the day of our youths, use of our land, the great land of Biafra. Why have you not hearkened to the wisdom of old? Why have you not listened to the voice of our fathers? To the wisdom of the ancient? Why did you think that it is foreigners that will show you the way to your father's house? You cannot be the one that are now the father to your forebearers. Remember that respect is reciprocal. The way you treat your father is the way you will be treated tomorrow. Because an adage says that when a he-goat is chewing cud, his offspring always watch his mouth closely. Respect is reciprocal. Learn to respect the elders. Learn to ask questions, lest you step into a hole those before you have seen before you. Humble yourself Your education is nothing without your heritage. Endeavor to respect custom and tradition. Endeavor to respect authority. Endeavor to be obedient to all that will bring you wisdom and progress. Today we live in the jet age, but a jet cannot fly without taking off from the ground. Remember that it is the ground that is the ultimate base. Never assume that you know it all, because you are still a child. And what an elder sees sitting on the floor, you that is standing cannot even see it. Pay close attention to the words that comes out of your father's house. For today you are a child, but tomorrow you will be stepping into your father's shoes. Have a great day. This is Ike Chukwuezerora of BCB.
This is Nigeria. Praise and worship, we're singing out. Pastor put his hand on the breast of his member. He's pulling the demon out. This is Nigeria. No electricity daily. Young people are still working multiple jobs and they talk say we lazy. This is Nigeria. There's plenty wahala shot. Fulani heads, man, still they slaughter. Carry people, they massacre. This is Nigeria. Bombs in my area. This is democracy. Political hysteria. Yahoo Yahoo don't tear everywhere now, and we act like it's so cool. Casting the P and being castigated just for trying to be noble. This is Nigeria. Look at my nation. Sir, stop it for road, any explanation. You could talk off a station. Sir, look, I'm sorry. I'm just a student. I'm a student of the University of Lagos. We're just coming from the club, okay? So my friend and I, no, sir, I have my ID to prove. This is Nigeria. Look how I'm living now. Look how I'm living now. Everybody be criminal. This is Nigeria. Look how we living now. Look what we eating now. Everybody be criminal.
This is breaking transmission of transmission.
But what happens every day is that the system has allowed it.
For instance, there is no law that allows you to take money from the church, invest in business, and privatize it. No! It is only in Nigeria where you can take money from the church, money contributed by poor congregation member. You go and set up a university that the members cannot attend, cannot send their children to. It's against the rule of the law of God. It's against our constitution.
This is the Broadcasting Corporation of Biafra. Thank you for listening to us today. Join us next time for news, cultural, and educational programs. This is the Broadcasting Corporation of Biafra, BCB.
Hail to Biafra, consecrated nation. O fatherland, these people's holy pledge, defending thee shall be our dedication. we shall